Welcome to the Do You Get podcast.
Because I don't think they get.
Actually gets, but do they get?
No, they don't get. Do you get that they don't get?
They
that
don't get
that
this
they don't get.
philosophy. They
No,
don't get this philosophy.
They don't get it.
We
You don't get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Hello. Welcome to the Do You Get podcast. And this is Flores.
Hi everyone, welcome back. We've missed you guys, kind of.
Have you
Not
missed
really,
them?
but it's okay. We're back with another episode, and we're continuing with our series, which is Why Are You Shouting? And today we have a very special guest, a very important man to many people.
Big Oga.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
literally,
big
the
Oga.
Oga at the top was right here. We're very, very honored that he is on his podcast. So, Bello, why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, everybody. Honestly, I'm honored to be on the podcast today. And big thank you to Florence and Sydney for bringing me on. I'm excited to speak, to learn, and to just have a conversation.
You don't get to learn anything from us.
Florence.
You teach us.
I'm
I'm just playing. So yeah, we're starting off with the series. Or I've already said the series. This is the third episode.
Yep.
And Bello is a DJ and he has a full-time job.
Literally.
And we want to know, how do you do it? Let's start
Literally.
from there.
Wow, we're getting right into it. Where do I start, y'all? Put me on the spot. Honestly, if I'm being honest, it's God. It's God. Yeah. I know that's a cliche answer to give, but it's a truthful answer to give because, well, at least right now or lately, where I've been with that balance of the two, job and DJing, I would say overwhelmed. But in that overwhelmedness, you gotta lean on God. That's it. You gotta lean on God, and that's what I've been doing, is trying to lean on God, trying to be more still in all the moving around and doing this and doing that. Because on a more practical sense, the way it looks is during the week, of course, you have the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, 9, and I'll put the 9 to 5 in quotes, big quotes.
Because
Oh my
it's
gosh.
never like 9 to 5.
It's not a 9 to 5, y'all. It's a trap. The 9 to 5 like phrase is a trap. It's a big trap. They say, oh, it's 9 to 5, but the truth is, it's whatever they say it is. In some companies, and then in other companies, it's whatever you have to make it in order to get the job done. So kind of like school, in a sense. Because you have these. I mean, I don't remember like in school, like we had these deadlines, and it's like, okay, somebody says 11:59. That 11:59 means that you gotta do whatever you can do to get it done by 11:59. If it means staying up, sometimes if it means no sleep. So, but yeah, similar things. Working with deadlines and working with other people, that has its own like ins and outs. But yeah, and then on weekends, it's like before I started this DJing thing. It's like on your weekend, it's like I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna do some relaxing activities. DJing is not a relaxing activity. It's not. It's far from that. It's an energetic activity. And you know, some might call it draining because after those sets, y'all, like honestly, you're just like, you know what? I want to be silent. I want to drive back home silent. Sometimes I'll play jazz music in the car going back. Sometimes I don't play nothing. It's like I don't want to hear anything. I've been hearing boom, 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 boom all night long. So right now I just want silent. But
Right.
I'm not gonna ramble on too long, but that's kind of high level how I've been doing it. One word is God. God's been helping me make decisions, you know, in terms of like, okay, what to do here, what to do there, what should I prioritize, and what should I like care about in certain times and on certain days. So yeah.
Do you mind letting us know, like, what is the 9 to 5, or at least what industry is it?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So a lot of people can see this industry as the tech industry. Um,
Okay.
so my company is a tech company. Yeah, definitely could be categorized as a tech company. You can also categorize it as a manufacturing company, um, software as a service company. There's so many different categories, but ultimately the tech company. I work specifically in the marketing field.
Okay.
And specifically, I work under under marketing. I'm under partner marketing and global small medium business. So global partner marketing, global small medium business. So it's an interesting place to be.
For sure.
That laugh, I'm weak.
Yeah,
So, how did you get in? Like, how did you decide? Okay, I want to be a DJ. Because it's different from like liking music and enjoying listening to music. But as a DJ, you're like a curator, and like you're in charge of the vibes and all that. So, how did you go from I like music, I like listening to music to I want to be the one in charge? Because it's a
yeah,
big responsibility. I'm
yeah,
not going to lie. So,
yeah. It really is. It really is. How do I put this? I feel like it was a culmination of different things that maybe decide. But like there's that moment when you like say that I'm gonna do this. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all the story up until that. So
okay.
I feel like my whole life I've always been attuned to music. I've always loved music. I have a love for music. I mean, of course, I have my personal favorites, but I felt I feel like, and I like to think that I grew up exposed to different types of music, like that are just apart from my own. Because most people, it's like, okay, if you're born in this particular place, you'll know a lot of that music, and if you're born in this region, you know a lot of that music. But I was born in Togo, and I have an okay knowledge of like Togolese traditional and like urban music. But while growing up, my parents were playing stuff from Ivory Coast. They were playing stuff from Congo. They were playing the Ndombolo, the Coupe de Calais, which it makes sense that from a francophone country, I was exposed to Coupe de Calais because it's a
Right.
francophone type of vibe. Um, they were playing like slow, jazzy French at home. They were playing like R&B, classic French. They were playing like different things that my dad has like a love for like Spanish jazzy music. Like so, he has
Hmm.
CDs. Like
Oh wow.
he has a giant library of different CDs. Like, because my dad's super organized, so he keeps his CDs in a certain place, his DVDs, the Nollywood movies, everything. I would say like there was a diversity in the musical exposure coming up for like me and the rest of my siblings, and that I always had a love for it. And at heart, I'm really a dancer, y'all. Like, I'm really a dancer at heart. I was those. You know how a lot of DJs are like instrumentalists turned DJs. I'm
Yeah.
not that type. I was a dancer turned DJ. So my love for
Right.
music came through dance. And I was like, look, I'm about to control the vibe of how people are dancing. I want to control what you're gonna do in terms of the dance moves you're gonna be giving, and I want to ginger your style of movement. That's what it was all about. So I'm gonna fast forward the story a little bit. College freshman, and I left an important part out. Well, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come regardless. It doesn't matter
Okay.
if I stay down and say it later. Um, but yeah, in college, fast forward to college, I remember freshman year, like I can't say too much. I can't say too much, but I'll just say this: freshman year, we done. You know that freshman energy. Me and my mates, we did a lot of parties. We would do a lot of like, what's it called, dorm room parties. Um, can I even say this on this podcast? So,
Yes,
can
you can say anything. I beg this podcast.
okay,
They
Yeah,
don't
and
like
we've
it if you're
left
supposed to.
college
Yeah.
bet,
also.
bet, bet.
So
So basically, right? Okay, I'm gonna just talk about stuff. So basically, I remember freshman year, me and my guys used to throw this party like with like, and this is like with people who we knew over like North Carolina. So I'm talking, our people from ECU would pull up, our people from Greensboro would pull up, our people from different schools in North Carolina would pull up to Craig Deck. And this is before Craig Deck. This is before Craig Deck had the gaming room. It was a basement, like an open basement.
oh
we would throw a party. I'm talking about I had this little like sound bar. We would be blasting music there at 2 a.m. in the night. Nobody came to disturb us. And we did it 3 times. And while we were doing that, I was always on the aux. And let me be real, that thing used to be jumping. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I had it, but no, I'm talking about if it was every type of music you could think about. Trap, African, dancehall, reggaeton. What is this dog doing, y'all? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, yo. Hey, my friend, if you don't sit down right now, sit down. Come on. Good boy. That's good. Stay there. Sorry about that. He's but I'm not giving him attention. He knows that I'm on the phone with somebody. You can tell. That's why he's doing something here. Okay. But yeah, so those parties, honestly, like those are memories that I miss from college. But anyways, those are great. Like I used to always be on the aux, and I remember going on a trip with my boys. We went to ECU, and this girl told me one thing because I was on the aux. She was like, "You should be a DJ," and it just went here, it went there. I was like, "Okay, whatever." I laughed it off and was like, "Yeah, vibes." Fast forward sophomore year. Fast forward to sophomore year. With that part, honestly, I started doing producing. So I started, I don't know if y'all know FL Studios, but I started playing around with FL Studio. Me and my boy, like, that's from the time when we really got into it. We just got passionate about it because, I mean, honestly, we used to, during that time, we just, music and us, we were like this, we're just like this with music on a day-to-day basis. So we used to produce and, like, at that time, he was writing. I'll name him. It's my boy Chigo. Shout out to my boy Chigo.
Yeah, he
He
told
actually
me
was
he
on
used to rap. I did not believe that.
Yeah,
I
no,
did not believe that.
believe it. No, yo, my boy got lyrics, man. If he ever like gave up
I
everything
need
he
to
was doing
hear
right
it.
now,
Is it on SoundCloud somewhere?
yeah, no, I think the song is still up. He actually has a song that he published. So
I'm going to find it.
Wow.
yeah, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this. Chico, when you watch this, man, look, I'm gonna say it on his behalf. My boy can spit. I believe it. He got lyrics. He's not going to give you these like small, oh, it's a punchline bar. No, he's gonna rap something that makes you think. Like those double entendres, triple entendre. He's gonna rap and you're gonna be like, oh shoot, wait, I didn't catch that. Let me go back and listen. Because he
Okay.
be listening to that Jay-Z stuff. Him and Jay-Z, they're like this. Mr. Jay-Z. But in that time, he was like he was always right, and on my side I was always like producing small beats, demo beats, and we actually made a beat together. Man, I'm gonna have to show you guys. The beat we made together, when you hear it, you're gonna be like, hey. But that was another time. But in that time, that's when COVID hit, and when COVID hit, I really, really started going deeper into like the production side. But then after that, I got bored, and I was like, wait, I left it alone or whatever. 2021 came around, and when 2021 came around, I took a trip back to Togo during the summer. Me and my family, we took a trip back to the motherland, went back to Togo for a whole month. And that was my first going back since I left, actually. And I left at 2 years old in 2002. And going back, that was a crazy, like, awakening, crazy proximity to my roots and to my heritage. I never felt like I was too pulled apart, but going back was like that. It gave me that proximity and seeing people and putting faces to names of people who, how like your parents give you the phone. And it's like, this is your uncle X, Y, and Z. It's like, bro, I don't know who this person is. Why do I got to talk to them?
Yeah.
But when
They'll
you
say that
go
they
back,
carried you when you were a baby. And it's like, okay, how am I supposed to know?
Exactly.
How am I supposed to know?
Be like, when the last time I saw you, you were this small.
you were this small. Love saying that. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't remember you. Like, and I'm sorry, but like, honestly, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't know who you are, bro. Like, it's like, and then your parents like, yeah, say hi to them. Say hi. Come on. No, ask them how the children are doing. I'm like, I don't know these cousins of mine.
Which children?
It's tough. But it was a blessing to go back and put faces to those names and to those voices. And it was like, dang, I got a big family. Like, it's my blood to blood family. This is not those fake. Oh, this is my uncle in the States, my auntie. Those are real, like, brother and sister to your parents. And these are your real cousins. So I would say during that time I was very spiritually attuned. I
Mm-hmm.
was naturally like attuned to the nature around me, and that's natural because in Africa there's more. You can be around nature, you can be around the palm trees, and just being out there, I was like, and something just came over me. I was like, look, I put two and two together, one and one together. I was like, look, when you go back to the States, right? How are you gonna bring the joy, the vibes, the happiness that you are experiencing here? How are you gonna bring that to your United States world in that sense?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when everything
Mm-hmm.
started coming back. I was like, look, you love music. And back home, one thing that I also was doing was I was on the ox. I was enjoying with my cousins. Like I'm talking about the whole family because you know us coming back, the whole family's like, oh, we gotta come see him. So we all stay together in
Yeah.
the house.
Mm-hmm.
But in the house, every day I was blasting music on my little UE boom. Shout out to Ultimate Ears. Hey, Ultimate Ears, boom. Yes, that's a delicate speaker. Yeah, so I put everything together while I was in Togo, and I got to thinking. I was like, wait, and this is where I'll mention what I left out. My big
Mm-hmm.
brother has been a DJ. He's been a DJ, so he's the one person in the family who actually like manifested the music, and like he used to be part of the praise team back in Togo. So when he came to
Mm-hmm.
the States, and he started like picking up small gigs here and there for like the church folk, doing weddings, doing all kinds of stuff. And I used to always be with him and see him and like watching him do his thing. I was like, oh, this is fun and whatever. I used to take the pictures while he was doing it and like be on the camera, blah blah blah. But I put two, and then that brings in the fact that he had a bunch of equipment, DJ equipment. So I'm talking about a bunch of like the subwoofers, the tops. He had a bunch of speakers, and he had the mixer and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
because of his work picking up and his stuff picking up, he kind of left DJing alone. But the equipment was still there. Matter of fact, in that time while I was in Togo, he kept two of the speakers at my spot. Guess what I use those speakers for? I use
Third
those speakers.
parties.
Nope. Wait, what did you say, CB?
To third parties.
Nope, nope.
Oh.
Those speakers were sitting there, and I wasn't using them. So I used them as like kitchen chairs because they were tall enough so that people could sit. Because I was like, ah, I'm not gonna buy furniture. These things are just gonna sit there. People are gonna come sit on it, and they were comfortable. You could sit on the
Oh
top,
my gosh.
and it was the perfect height for you to reach the kitchen counter. But I was like, in Togo, I was like, wow. I was like, oh, you need to, these things are sitting there. You could be making money. Not that it was about the money, it's always about the actual vibe and the fun for me and having fun
Mm-hmm.
and just doing something that I enjoy. And I was like, wait, but these things are just sitting here. You can do something with them. Come on now.
Right.
And that was one part. And the other part was like, to be honest, like my brother, for me, observing my brother this whole time, I think I can actually do this. So I was like, I think I can actually do
Mm-hmm.
it. It's not that hard. Like the essential part is knowing a good amount of music and knowing what the people like, knowing the
Yeah.
popular things, of course, and also having like your own favorites that you can impress somebody with in a sense, like because you're always gonna have
Mm.
that crowd that has somebody who also knows their favorites, and it's gonna come down to like, okay, I can play a bunch of Coupé de Gale right now. You're gonna be like, damn, how does he know this? He's not from Ivory Coast or
Yeah.
wherever. Nah, I'm not, but I grew up on that, so I know it. you know, or how does he play reggaeton? This guy is a black, some stereotypes. He's a black guy from Africa. How do you know reggaeton, my friend? If you
Mm-hmm.
knew how I grew up, that's how he blasted in the home. Or how does he know
Yeah.
some zouk, some compa? Ah, come on, that's what that's love. That's the music that we grew up on. So basically, it was a combination of timing too, because we were coming out of COVID at the time. I was like, look, campus is about to need parties. People are gonna
Mm-hmm.
need parties. People are gonna want to have fun. Campus, we don't have a campus DJ right now. I was like, if nobody's gonna do it, I'm gonna do this shit. I don't care. I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump in and I'm not turning around. And word to my boy Chigo, because I remember I called him up on FaceTime when I was making the decision. I was like, bro, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna do it. So I texted him and I was serious. I wrote a whole manifesto on iNotes. Like I still have the manifesto, y'all. Like people, I'm not lying. I wrote this thing down. Where is it? I wrote it in my plans and ideas, I believe so. Because I have this little thing where I keep everything. Yep. I wrote a manifesto of
Wow.
what I wanted to do. And I
Oh
was like, I
wow.
called him, I was like, bro, I'm serious about this. I'm about to start DJing. And of course he supported me. He's like, yeah, man, do that shit, bro. Like, wow. And I was like, look, I'm decided. I want to do it, and I feel like I was at peace with my decision too because I was back home. I was in my roots, and being in those roots made me understand that this is something that I really, really wanted to do, and I was
Mm-hmm.
passionate to do. I felt like the timing was right. I felt like I had everything that I needed to have from the equipment, my brother's equipment. I was like, look, he's not doing it right now. I'm going to use this equipment to get like on my feet with this thing. So,
Mhm.
and literally when I came back, that was really the decision. That's how I decided to get back. And what the point of like no return for me was I came out of the campus, my first event, shout out to my boy Austin. Austin, if you get a chance to see this podcast, shout out to you. And thank you to you for letting me use your spot multiple times for different like house parties because that's really got me up there. But celebrating Austin's birthday because his birthday is in August,
Mm-hmm.
um, and when he came back, he was like, and I told him, he was like, he's gonna do a party, whatever, whatever. And I was like, bro, I'll DJ for it. He was like, wait, what? You be DJing? I was like, yeah, man, I'll do it. And then I was like, it'd be a perfect opportunity for me to get my first gig in. That
Mm-hmm.
first gig went crazy. Ask anybody who showed up. It was federal. It was federal. You can ask anybody who showed up. I don't remember name by name, but ask him. Ask Austin himself, man. He knew he would it turned up. Literally. And the funny thing is, the next day I had another gig lined up. And shout out to the Black Entrepreneurship Initiative. It was the BEI Block Party. I had a chance to DJ that right after the next day. And honestly, getting those two things back to back, I was like, whoa, this is real. You could like and I was like, I know these campus organizations are gonna need more things. You're gonna do this. F it. You're gonna keep going. And boom. I won't talk too much. I already talked a lot. So that was kind of me getting into the thing. And fast forward from
Mhm.
there, I'm still in it. So we thank God, you know.
That's great. That's really good. Do you think it's a personality thing too? Because I feel like, or do you think your personality doesn't matter for like to be a DJ? Because I feel
Mm,
like watching a lot of DJs online and like even
mm,
watching you and other DJs we had on campus, like
mm,
your style of DJing, your personality really shows through. Like
mm,
you see DJs that like now incorporate like dancing, like they have a set, but then at some point like they have like a dancing part of
mm.
it. You see DJs that like do like kind of chill music, but then like the way they transition between songs and stuff like that.
Right,
Like how do you, and then you can also tell us about how you discovered how you want to incorporate your personality into
right.
DJing.
Wow, that's a good question. It is making me think. I feel like two parts to answer the question. Your personality mm, does it matter, but it matters
Mm-hmm.
because it will come out organically. It's gonna come out. Everything you
Right.
produce, I think as humans, everything we produce, our essence is gonna come out in it.
Mm.
Your podcast, I'm sure your podcast, people get a chance to experience both of your personalities through your podcast.
Right.
This is your
Yeah.
creation right here. Do you get is your creation, and people can get to
Mhm.
know Florence in a sense. They can get to know Simbi through your podcast. So I feel
Mm-hmm.
like in the same sense, people in a sense can get to know me through
Right.
my musical the atmosphere I create when I'm playing music for them. And it doesn't. I would say it doesn't matter because some people might. I don't want to say it matters to, and then the people who feel like they're introverts or they're normally shy, they'll be like and then let's say they have like a musical gift in them, they're never gonna come out because they'll be like, oh, Bello says personality matters. Nah,
I
I'm
mean,
serious.
I feel like even if you're shy, like it can still come out in a way in your
Hmm.
Yeah.
craft. It might be
Wow.
different. Like maybe you won't talk too much. Maybe nobody will hear you, but like
True.
it might come
True.
out maybe in like the way you mix things. So
Yeah.
I guess what we
That's
wanted to know is how, like, maybe how do you think your personality influenced what you do?
okay. Yeah. For me personally, I'll say it definitely comes out. I'm what you can consider me an extrovert. Extrovert is right. Yeah,
Yeah,
extrovert.
Yeah.
you're extrovert.
Um, I
Florence.
we should say yeah. I'm
I don't know
performing it
why
for
you were.
you.
I thought you were thinking about it.
Yeah. No, I
You're not
agree.
an
I definitely
introvert.
am. I'm extroverted. But I always need. I feel like I'm those extroverts who every once in a while I need some alone time. Like I need to just be
Mm-hmm.
still.
Mm.
And speaking of that, that's coming up for me, y'all. This week I feel like I've been in everybody's face. I've been but now that it's the end of the year, I'm gonna come and just I need to take a little retreat and just
Mm.
block things out. Because what do you think? Getting my energy, it comes from me being taking seasons of alone time. That's where my energy
Right.
builds up from. Um, and honestly, if I want to be honest, a lot of the energy that carried me through my first year of DJing came from my alone time in Togo. Because during that time I was off of Instagram, I
Mm.
deleted a lot of things and I was just away from like my general community and I was with family, and that alone time gave me a lot of like energy that I needed to come in. But speaking of energy, I feel like my personality has a lot of energy to it. I'm one of those people who's okay with sparking conversation with a stranger. I'm okay
Yeah.
with doing that because, yeah, I don't, it just comes out of my personality. So I feel like, how does that translate in DJing? DJing is much more to it than just like you show up and you play music. There's etiquette, there's politics, there's a lot of different
Mm-hmm.
things. And I feel like I'm gonna shake your hand. I'm gonna have a conversation with you before and after your event. We would
Mm-hmm.
almost build some type of rapport before I even
Mm.
show up the day of to DJ for you, and that's already my personality showing out to you. So you already understand. Oh, this guy he's talkative, he's
Yeah.
personable, he's
Mm-hmm.
friendly in a sense, he's cordial, and that makes things easier for me. That breaks the ice. So when I show up, it's not like, oh my gosh, I just met you. I have to pray for you. Nah, me, I'm comfortable now. I'm comfortable with
Mm-hmm.
playing now, and I'll say during the actual performance, I'll be honest, everybody's a little bit shy when they start off. So, but the
Yeah.
thing is, I have to get your attention. I'm thinking about it from the start of the event to the end of the event. You don't just start off an event with all the energy and all the hot music out of that. You build up, and you also, in a sense, you have to build up the rapport with the crowd because it's like you got to play some of their joys, some of the things that they like. And it's like doing that, you're winning their trust. They're like, okay, can I even trust this guy? What is this guy going to come and do? But
Yeah.
through the actual performance, you build up their trust. And when you feel like you've captured their attention and got their trust, that's when, like, okay, I might pull up the mic and I might say
Mm-hmm.
a few different things here and there, X, Y, and Z, give a few shout outs, start vocalizing on the beat. Something I like to do personally, I like to scat on the beat, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. Just say whatever. And in that moment, it kind of, your personality does come out, and it's translating into, okay, this guy wants to engage with the audience. He wants to
Mm-hmm.
MC
Mm-hmm.
as he's DJing as well, which is something I'll say as of late I've been doing a lot of, like, especially when I collaborate with other DJs. It's like, okay, you can be DJing me, I'll be MCing, I'll be dancing, I'll
Mm-hmm.
be engaging the crowd, I'll be doing a little bit of ginger with the people because that's part of my personality. Once again,
Right.
I was a dancer before DJ,
Mm-hmm.
and that definitely will, and then that will come out a lot in my DJ. It's like I'm not
Yeah.
afraid to get from behind the booth and dance with the crowd. Like
Yeah.
the music can keep going. I know how long this song lasts for. I think it's a long, especially if it's one of those long throwback songs. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna enjoy myself with the crowd.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna show the crowd that look. And part of the reason why I do that is because sometimes when people see you acting crazy, they're like, this DJ is leaving the boards to dance, and this guy is crazy like this. It brings it out in them.
Mm-hmm.
It brings it out
Mm-hmm.
in other people. A lot of times, it's like, okay, if he's so comfortable with getting on a show, I should be able to do this too. And or at least that's the way I like to think about it. Because I think once you do it over and over, people start seeing it, it's like it makes other people comfortable too to come in and join in on the fun. So I think in those senses, I feel like my personality does come out. Um, yeah, I don't
What's
know.
the what's the hardest crowd you've been around? Because I'm
Whoa.
sure like sips tea.
Oh, literally.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Lord.
Excuse me.
Oh, he's
Mm,
sipping again.
I'll take a few more. This is a good reflection question. Give me a moment to reflect. Like I have one on my mind, but I can think about a few where I've had a hard crowds or okay. Well, let me clarify the question. Are you talking about like okay, I show up and I'm playing music and like people aren't engaging with the music, or
Yeah, like you just, it's like maybe people are not engaging, people are just
mm,
standing
mm,
there. Because I've
yeah,
been to
yeah,
a lot of parties where people are just standing. I'm just like, why did you leave your
mm-hmm.
house
Yeah,
to go
yeah,
so in public to stand? Why can't you just go home and watch
yeah.
TV or something? So,
Yeah.
like, what crowd has been like really hard, and how did you push through
Yeah,
that?
no, that's a good question. I feel like every DJ has and will continue to experience those type of days because you just have good days and you have bad days. And sometimes it's not even. like there's different factors for why it happens that way. But you always have to like ask yourself, what can you take into control here? And I know I had like a few of those times when that's happened. The most memorable one, I would say, let me think. Two. There was one.
And you don't have to think of a specific one. You can just let us know, like, how do you get through like difficult crowds, and what is it like?
Because if I was a DJ and the crowd wasn't dancing, I can pack my little and go. Let's just end this here.
No.
Because it's like, crying. What are the vibes? Like, what do you need from me? Like,
I'll actually start crying. Like,
the thing is, I actually don't know what I would do because I'm. Because the thing is that you're making my work harder. Yeah. Because the thing with DJing is like, it's not like at work where like if you mess up, you can cover your mess up. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. If people are not vibing, it's very evident. Like everyone can see. And I feel like with DJing, it's very like word of mouth and experience based. Like that's how people keep talking about it. If they experience like your DJ style, like they were there when you DJ and like, oh my god, this guy is such a great DJ, or the opposite. Oh, this person is so shit. Like how, like I can't imagine like going through that because you're going to be thinking of all these things when you're DJing. Like,
you will, and I definitely have. Well, I'll think about it. Maybe as I'm speaking in general, an example will come up. So basically, in those moments, right, you do think about that. It's like, shit, what's going on, man? These people ain't fucking with the music. Man, like you start like, what's going on? Let's have it now.
Yeah.
So in those moments, honestly, it's keeping composure. That's the first thing that personally, I'll speak from my own experience. In the 2 years that I've been doing this, other DJs, DJs been in it long, they'll have like a plethora, but I can only speak from what I know. In those moments, for me personally, I've kept my composure because, it's like, oh shit, like the jitters come in. It's like, damn, man, I'm shit, bro. I guess I'm shit. Like I'm an L. Like this event's it's not happening. It's gonna be. This is the end of it. These people pay me money. I'm here. Nobody's having fun.
Right.
Keep your composure. Stop thinking it too far out. Keep your composure because this is just one moment within the hours that you have, and it can take a turn if you do the right things. And boom, brings me to the thing that I had to learn with time is have a backup. You have to prepare for the worst in DJing too. Literally, you should have a folder. And did I have this when I first started? No. But how did I learn it on my own? Is like, okay, I'm playing a certain type of vibe. It's not working. Switch. Go left. Take a left turn. If it's going this way, take a left turn. And that left turn, you could literally see the room just change. It went from this to this. And I'm like, okay. And that's the thing about DJing is trial and error. Experiment. You see the experimentation. This works. You keep going that way. It's literally like, okay, I'm going to test you. I'm going to test this crowd. If I test this crowd, they bite. Okay, I'm going to give you more so you can keep eating this up. If I give you a little ginger and you don't bite that ginger, I'm going to keep going the other way. And that's something I learned with time because I do remember, for example, I had an event in Greensboro. And it wasn't like first, like, this is like an event. By this point, I was doing a lot of events in Greensboro. And with that being said, shout out to my boy, DJ Zulu, man. Shout out to I have to give my shout out.
If Bello doesn't shout you out on this podcast, I'm sorry for you.
You said what?
I said if Bello forgets to shout you out on this podcast, I'm sorry for you because you're really shouting at all your people, bro. We love to see you. We love to see you.
It's only right. So, I'll keep giving more. Shout out Zulu. Shout out to JoJo. Shout out to DJ ISO. Shout out to DJ Lee. Lee made it. Shout out to all the DJs that I've worked with, had the opportunity to work with in Greensboro. Shout out to you. Thank you for working with me, and it's honestly been an honor to work with y'all and learn from y'all because I'm always about what can I learn. And if I'm being honest, I learned from a lot of them. I did shout out JoJo because it brings me to my story. He's not a DJ, but he had a birthday celebration, right? And he brought me and another DJ in on this one. So with that being said, there's already two different types of crowds here. There's the like the deeply African, and there's like the African American crowd. And it's not like I had a problem playing for because I'm sure y'all have been to some of my events where I play like the African American music, trap, rap, hip hop. I don't have a problem playing it. But I guess this crowd was very particular. Now the problem with this crowd, what happened was the song that I played. I played a particular song. I remember this vividly. I was vibing with them there. I was playing my music, and okay, it was going good. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna play this song. It was what's the brother's name? Ice Prince. It Need Me. Ice Prince Need Me. I don't know if y'all know that. It goes like, when you need me, call me when you need me. This one gonna fuck the summer up. No, 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 no. It's like almost like it got like a little dancehall vibe to it.
Okay.
So I was playing trap, and I was like, okay, this is my transition song because it was like it was the perfect transition song for me to start getting to the dancehall.
Okay.
When I played it, y'all, the reaction from the crowd was literally like they all turned a big portion of the girls in the front. They turned to me. They was like, The DJ who was next to me was like, yo. It was like oh. In my brain, I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, oh shit, this is happening.
See, if it's me, I'll just carry my load. I'll start crying. Wow.
Mess up. Big mess up, y'all. Jake, don't sit down. Jeremiah, sit down right now. Come on. He sees us getting excited. He can. Okay. Yeah, y'all might see my dog in this here and there.
It's okay. He's welcome to join.
Yes. He's a secondary guest on the podcast. It's Bello. We come as a pack. It's Bello and Jeremiah. Yes.
Period.
Yes. But anyways, so basically, yeah, in that moment, I was like, okay, you can freak out right now, Bello, or that reaction means they don't like this song, or they don't want to hear it, or maybe they boycotted this guy. I was like, okay, y'all might not like the song, y'all might have boycotted it, whatever. And I was like, and it was like, okay, you can feed into this reaction, and even with the DJ react, because he was surprised. He was like, and I was like, oh shit, I could be surprised with him. I was like, okay, keep your composure, find the next song, quick, switch, and I switched it to another song, and boom, it got back to normal. That moment, like, my heart did feel a certain way. I was like, oh damn, bro, like. And it's also a perception thing too, because it's like, oh, I'm put on blast in front of everybody. I'm terrible. I'm worse. But in your head, it's all in your head. You have to be like, look, that doesn't mean I can't earn your trust throughout the rest of this event. That was one mess up. I'm going to keep on going, because by the end of this event, you best believe I'm going to get you this. I'm going to get you moving. I'm gonna ginger you, whether you like it or not. So that was one event. Another event was at ECU. This was like, y'all, this party was 500 deep. I lie to you not. It was over 500 people deep, gym jam type of style. And shout out to ECU. Shout out to ECU's ASO for having me for these events, bro. No cap. Like, bro, I love them over there. Y'all know ECU has my heart because, man, shout out to Chapel Hotel. Chapel, yeah, my heart, but ECU has my heart because, they showed me love when I went. Because I don't want any Chapel people to watch this and be like, oh, so we don't have your heart. Nah, y'all have my heart. I already know. I don't even have to mention it. But, yeah. Beginning of the party, it was me and another DJ. Me and shout out to DJ Tempo. Yes, shout out to DJ Tempo. That guy's sick. He's sick with it. So basically, we were vibing out. He opened up. Shout out to him. He set the tone for the night, doing his thing. And if I'm being honest, it was like, it was going. So, and then when I took over, because it's like, you're the second DJ, you got to take it to another level, right? And when I was taking over, that's where, like, okay, more people started coming in. And I was like, okay, I took over. I was like, all right, I'm DJing. And it was still, I was like, oh, I needed to go, So I was like, okay, bro, Bello, keep it going, quick. At this point, you need to be doing quick transition. You can't even, like, because at this point, it's like, okay, you play the song, it's not giving the fit that you want, go to the next one. It's literally, you're taking the turns. You're doing, like elaborate. If it ain't working, oh, keep going. And literally, I remember sitting in the moment and seeing the energy of the room change, because I did not give up in terms of like, okay, why isn't it going where I want to go? It was like, look, I'm going to keep on testing the waters. And before you knew it, when people kept packing in, y'all, this place was turned. It was turned. Like, my lessons here learned is keep playing different things until you get the effect that you want. Right. Like, don't just sit in it. Don't sit in it too long. If you're going a particular direction and you know that direction isn't working, turn. Do a full 360 if you need to. Do a genre switch. That's another thing. One thing I know is dancehall is always a way to go. Dancehall is always it sets the vibe all the time. any beat that's gonna give you that 4-2, that boom, 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 boom. That thing, like even if you don't want to move, you could have a bad day. You're gonna want to, especially like when the enhancers start kicking in. Whether I don't know, some people like to smoke, some people like to drink, some people they be popping. I don't know what you do at your parties, but whatever you do, when you start feeling the music with that enhancement, you're gonna want to move, whether you like it or not. And even those who are sober, my friend, even if you're sober too, this is music you can't just sit still to. And if you are still sitting still, go home. Just go home. Why are you here? Stand on the walls. And I know, like when you sit back from the DJ perspective, you see a lot. I see people cheating on themselves. I see everything. Like, you know, I'm talking about DJs. We see a lot. People, you think we don't see it? Oh, we're seeing it. We're having fun, but I see everything.
Oh my god!
I'm just quiet. I won't say him. It's not my business to tell. I don't care. It's your own problem. But anyways, yeah, just have a backup plan so you can prepare for the worst. You know, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Have a folder of like, you know, your turnaround songs that lift the mood and shocks people, the shock value. And the other part is keep on experimenting until you get to where you want. Get on the mic also works. Getting on the mic and engaging the crowd. That's another thing too. Engage the crowd and honestly surprise the crowd with something else and it will take time, but with time and different factors, it'll get up there. But yeah, yep.
Why don't DJs like taking song requests?
That's a
Like,
good question.
Because do you take song requests? So that's what I've noticed. A lot of DJs don't like taking song requests. And as a member of the audience, I just want to know, like, I don't mean to offend you. I just really want to hear this song. But then,
yeah,
sometimes it doesn't go well. Like, some DJs even know that somebody is coming to meet them for a song request. So they just pretend like they cannot see you. They will not answer you. But some will tell you, like, oh, Bello's guilty. Bello is guilty.
Yeah, sometimes I've done something like that to me. Like I know they're coming to me. You know what I do? These same headphones that you're looking at, I just put them on, and I'll be like, damn, well, I'm not doing anything there. I'm just acting like, I'll be like, I look at it, I'll be like, I can't hear you. And then they just go away. Now, normally I do take song requests. I'm going to outline this so that people, let me answer your question. I want to help people understand, like people who aren't DJs to understand, because DJs understand. I think as a consensus, or at least for the DJs I work with, they understand the sentiment and the challenge of taking song requests. The first thing first is, if you're not my client, I don't have to listen to anything you're saying. There's no have to. There's no must do, because you're not paying me and you're not the person who brought me here, so I don't have to listen to anything that you're saying, frankly speaking. And the first type of events I'll think about is African weddings. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, y'all, them aunties, bro. Aunties. You know how, like, I don't know why older generation African aunties, it's not really the uncles. They try to make something their own. Do y'all know what I mean? It's like, they kind of like, oh, it's my daughter's wedding, it's my things. Like, they try to make it their own. And I'm like, did they ask you to suggest a song? And the worst case scenario is they'll ask for the song. The song doesn't make sense with the vibe that's going on at all. At all. And the thing is, they'll wait for you. They'll wait in front of you to play the song and start calling you names. Be like, what are you playing? What's going on? What is that song? Play it now. The people, they want to dance. They'll be like, the people, they want to dance. Can't you see? And mind you, nobody's having a problem right now. Everybody's vibing to the music. And then the thing is, okay, I don't want to wild because they're going to be like, you're a disrespectful boy. You're this, you're that. So, okay, I played a song. And then nobody is moving. And then they're looking at me. And we're both looking at each other. And there's even when I play the song, nobody's dancing. Even them themselves, they're not dancing. So you wasted my time. I play a song. And I play the song. Nobody's moving. And then you yourself, you're not moving. What? Anyways, that's one and stuff like that. They make you frustrated. But anyways, let me get to the actual reasons why. First, if you're not my client, there's no connection or a contract for me to listen to what you're telling me to do. Second, if I don't have the song, then I don't have to go out of my way to play it. Because people think DJs, I feel like some people might have a misunderstanding of DJs being like a genie almost. Like every song in the world, we have access to it. But frankly, that's not true. Before an event, you have to download, you have to prep, you have to analyze your files because these are actual, well, for me, I would use MP3 format, MP3 songs that I download ahead of time to prepare for this event. So if I do not have a downloaded version of the song, I'm not going to go out of my way to bust my brain. I can't come and kill myself to play a song I don't have. Now, if I have access to Wi-Fi, I do have Tidal streaming. You can stream. Is this database that you can access and find? I think 90% of music that's out there in the world. Now, if I have access to that, and somehow you, the person who comes to ask me, can give me Wi-Fi, I already have Wi-Fi there or Wi-Fi on my own, I can go there, stream the song, and I will only play it if it makes sense with the part of the party that we're in. If you want me to play a slow BPM song and we're going high energy, and you, because you out of 500 people who are here, you want your song, I'm not going to listen to anything you're saying. Oftentimes what I do is I shake my head, I be like, I give it the smile, and then they go, I've done that. Look, I'll say I do that a lot. I'll say, hey, Bello does that. I've done it many times, honestly. Like, I'll just be like, yeah, I got you. I ain't playing shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not playing shit. Respectfully speaking, excuse my French, but I'm not playing anything that doesn't make sense with the vibe of the party right now. Just for you. Because at the end of the day, as a DJ, I'm catering to the crowd. And one out of many is not the crowd. That's not my focus. If 90% of these people in the room are happy with what I'm playing, the 10%, I honestly don't. Like, I care. I hope that you join. But if the 10% is not going to dance because I'm not playing a particular type of music, you just have to deal with that, unfortunately speaking. And honestly, the other part I didn't mention is going out of your way to go through all the hustle and bustle to come in to me as I'm DJing. I'm in the flow. I'm doing what I'm doing. To come and ask me a question, you're kind of throwing off my flow. No cap. You're kind of throwing off my flow. You're messing. Like, I'm telling a story right now. Imagine you're writing a book and you're locked in and somebody is tapping you and it's saying like, hey, can you write this in your book that you're writing? It's like you stop me from doing what I'm doing and focusing the way I'm focusing. So you can tell me. And a lot of times these people are drunk. So they're like, hey, yeah, bro, what's up? You got Jaeger? And it's like, what did you say? And it's loud. You got Jaeger? What is Jaeger? And it's like, you got Jaeger. Like, what? And and sometimes when I really, and me, I care. I truly care. So I'll be like, look, type it in your phone. I'll be like, type it in your phone, write it in your phone. And they'll find me, show me. And I'm like, is this what you're pronouncing? Is this what you're saying? I'll be like, bro, what? And stuff, and mind you, this is time. It's taking time out of what I've got going on. Me even trying to care. That's why a lot of DJs nowadays are like, bro, go away. And another thing is, if you're not tipping, and this is one thing I've been noticing as of late. If you're not gonna tip the DJ, and people, audience members who understand this, they do it. Especially in a lot of other countries. Like, they'll come to the DJ and be like, hey, play this song. I have $5 for you, $10 for you, $20. It's because they understand this game in terms of like, look, the client is paying them, but I'm also going to pay them so they can play my song. When I take that money, I've agreed to a contract. It's like, by the end of this party, I'm going to play your song. And that's like a buy-in. That's like, doing that is going to ensure that your song gets played. And and the thing is, I won't take your money if I can't play it. Meaning I don't have Wi-Fi, I don't have it downloaded. I'll be like, I'm sorry. Let me get the song so I can download it. And I've done that with people. I'll be like, look, let me know so next time I'll have it ready. Because that's how I also learn new music. Request is how, if I don't have if I get a request that I don't know, that's how I learn new music. It's like, okay, I want to take it down for next time. I'm sorry I can't play it. You could have money, you could have $100 in front of me. I'm like, look, I can't do anything. Or I'll be like, look, if you have hotspot, I'm not gonna use my own. But if you have it, and if yours is popping, I'm talking about, what is it, 25 gigabytes, 5G LTE with hotspot. Because this downloading downloading files takes a lot of juice and bandwidth. So if you have good Wi-Fi, why don't you help me out and I'll help you and I'll play it because I know you really want to hear it. So that's kind of my rundown of it. I'm sure other DJs have their own reservations. And also, like, say the request, recap of what I said, the request has to come from somebody who's relevant. It could be my client, my MC, or another DJ who's with me. and you become relevant if you have money. I want to take your money. I want your money. Give me your money. So you become relevant. Audience, if you don't have the money, you're just part of the rest of the audience. But if you have money, we can talk. So that's one
Mm-hmm.
thing. Another thing in terms of like the conditionals is if it works with the vibe, for sure I'll play it. A lot of times I already plan on playing it. It's just not the time is not right. You can't ask me to play Hoja in the beginning of the party. No. You can't ask me to play Soapy in the beginning. You can't ask me to play No Hands when the party is just starting. Like doesn't make sense. And some
Yeah.
people they think it's like they're not thinking about that because as a DJ you have to think about those things. We think about the storyline of there's an opening, a rising action, there's a climax, there's a falling action, and there's an end. At least that's the way I think about it. And of course, in between the fine lines, they go in and out. You can do a lot
Yeah.
of different things, but you want to build the energy, opening set. You want to climax the energy and maintain that climax. So that's the party. That's when that's the 12 to 1 all the way until that's when everybody's coming in. That's when everybody's lit. And you're like, damn, it's hit after hit. I'm having so much fun. And there's a part where, okay, I want to get y'all booed up so you can have fun, go home, have your fun, whatever. Get out of here. That's right. That's my little skill, y'all. That's my skill.
How late have you stayed in a party? I'm kind of interested in that.
Mm, the latest I've DJ'd until at a party was probably around like 3 something. And I remember this.
Okay.
It was shout out Zulu one more time, y'all. No. When he sees this, he's gonna remember what I'm talking about. And it happened on the daylight savings day. So basically we got an extra hour of partying. But
Oh.
it was late. So we got an extra hour of partying. This was the host 2021, I believe so. It was at this little thing that we did, and there was 2 rooms, like, and literally the party stayed in one room, but towards the end of that party, Zulu had me set up in another room because it was me and it was these. Oh, I can't forget this. Shout out my boy DJ J Fed. That guy is a nasty DJ, man. When I say nasty, he different with it. He different with it. But big shout out to him. He was there too. So he had the other room jumping, and towards the end, because we understood like the timing of things, and we were like the whole purpose was to have 2 rooms. I had to go over to the next room and start setting up. We went late. Because apparently there was a fight in the other room, so they closed that down. So it was a perfect opportunity to start bringing people in, and that party went up until like technically it was 4:30 a.m., but it was really 3:30 a.m. But it was crazy. That was one of the late nights. Yeah, good one. Had a lot of fun.
Do you have a song that you always have to play? Like you feel like currently, what's a song like you feel like you always have to play?
I have a few. Honestly, for it depends on the type of event. And I know like if there's a pool of the types of event I have, if I have to like classify it per genre slash vibe. I know like 75% of my events nowadays are African events.
Okay.
The other 25 is everything else. And I would say for my African events, my must plays are Premier Gaou. I love my Gaou.
Okay.
I love my Gaou now. Gaou is very good. Gaou is very good. People who know what I'm talking about, they know what I'm talking about. Gaou is an actual food, actually. Um, Gaou is a food that we eat. I know I'll speak from where is that in Togo. So you basically mix, um, it's like beans, flour, and this other stuff, and you fry it. And you have seasonings and spices. You fry it. It's actually really good. We call it Gaou.
Okay.
And I think
Okay,
it's
so what does that have to do with heartbreak? Because I heard that the
The
song is
song is
about
about
heartbreak.
heartbreak. Yeah.
it is about heartbreak. It is. It is. Well, it is about heartbreak, and I feel like this is my interpretation of it. There's like what the artist wanted it to be, and then there's an interpretation. I think the artist was giving us a double entendre again,
Okay.
and because from what my mother told me with Gaou, right? There's a saying. There's like an actual parable. I don't know. There's some type of like saying where we come from, where it's like it's not the first Gaou that's gonna be good. It's the second one, right? Like when you take when your mother is done frying Gaou and puts it in the pot, the first one is good, but the second one hits harder, right? And I asked myself, wait, for me, that was my double understanding and interpretation of the song. It's like, okay, it makes more sense because in a sense, he was saying like On dit premier gaou n'est pas gaou. In French, that means we say the first gaou is not a gaou at all. C'est deuxième gaou qui vient Nyatao. It's the second gaou, and Nyatao is, I don't know, I think it's more sort of a July or some type of Ivorian phrase. I'm not sure exactly what it means. But yes, general understanding of the song, basically, when you ain't have money, old girl wanted to try and mess with him. But when he had money, basically the girl left him. Antu a changé de côté. Like Antu was the girl he's talking about, and Antu left him because he ain't had money. But when now he's big, he's making money, he's singing. She wants to come back. She wants to come back in his life. That's what he's talking about in a sense. Yeah, that's what he's talking about basically. Like from how I understand the French and what he's saying. Like, if y'all want me to give y'all like a word for word breakdown, I can. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, they want to teach us now. See, we need to share anything.
No, Premier Guy was beautiful.
Yeah, that is a timeless song.
It's a timeless song. I don't think we'll ever stop playing that song.
Yeah.
If we stop, something's wrong with Africans. I'm sorry. That means something bad is happening. We need help.
Literally.
But yeah, let's segue back because this work-life balance thing has been a theme this season, and I just wanted to know, like, how do you do it? Because I know you said you make and get most of your motivation from God, but it's like you wake up every day, you go do your 9 to 5. You also have to, like, prep whatever you have to DJ with and prep your songs and stay up to date with like new songs or whatnot. And then you do that and you still go DJ on the weekends when you're supposed to be resting. And like literally yesterday you were DJing and now you're here. So like how do you get that energy to like basically keep going? Like I know you talked about God, but like I wanted to talk a little bit more about that.
Like things that you do yourself, like what do you have like a routine you follow, or are there certain things you've put in place in your life that have allowed you to balance both being a DJ and a 9 to 5er?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Thank you, and I hope my response can be like a teaching moment and a moment of like a reality check, honestly, because a lot of things I'm going to talk about, I should do them more often. Like over the past year, y'all, and that's the thing that, speaking of going into the new year, it's something I'm going to work on very, very like diligently, and honestly thinking about boundaries. That's the first word is boundaries for me. Like, what can I do in my power to set boundaries for myself so that I'm not burnt out, I'm not overwhelmed, and I'm not stressed out every day. Because frankly speaking, if I want to talk about the month of November, y'all, it was not a good month when it comes to my work-life balance. There was no balance. Everything was running over into each other. Like, and a lot of my friends, some people who were close to me might be like, oh, Bello, he's been out of reach lately. It's like, the truth is, what I'm going through is I've literally been living on the extremes of this and that and bouncing back. There's no actual balance. And it's like, okay, well, that's your problem. Of course, I understand it is my problem. And I understand that there's certain things that I didn't do that got me here. Boundaries. Boundaries. What if that's boundaries of work? Because once again, my big quotes are coming back. 9 to 5, right? It's a 9 to 5. It's 9 to 5. Well, the truth is, when you work in a company like mine, it's not really, I never really saw it going in the beginning. I was like, it's going to be a 9 to 5. By 5 o'clock, I'm going to be done with work and I'm going to do whatever else I want to do with my day. Psych! That's cap. That's cap. And for people who do it, people who are doing it, who have figured out their balance, I salute you. Come and teach me. And I know people say stuff as simple as like, just say no, just do this. It can wait till tomorrow. My nigga, you don't understand where I stand, bro. Like, okay, like, I work on a global team, meaning I have people who are in Europe. I have people who are on the West Coast of America. Time. My 9 to 5 is somebody else's X, Y, and Z. I have a team. I'm a 5-person team, including myself. At the time, I'll speak from right now. Right now, my manager is in Portugal. That's 5 hours ahead of me. So that means early morning meetings, Mr. Bello. So that 9 to 5 is always 9 to 5. Sometimes I've sat on meetings at 7 a.m. I'm talking about QBRs, quarterly business reviews, that I had to present stuff at 7 a.m. If you miss out, what? Stuff like that. So it's not 9 to 5. It's not 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So 5 p.m. And yeah, of course you can say no. I've had meetings at 10 p.m. Yes, I had meetings that went from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. because we're working with people from APJC. That's Asian, Pacific, Japan, and China. Those are people who are like 12 hours ahead. So if you ever want to talk about important things, literally the time is going like this. So you have to meet at extremes for both of your time. It's their 7 a.m., it's our 11 p.m., stuff like that. So it's like, it's not as easy as you just say no. It's your job. You have to get that shit done.
Yeah.
So, and especially in corporate world, if you want to move up the ladder,
Yeah.
bro, you got to do the work. Your work is going to move you up the ladder. Of course, it's who you know, sponsors, all of that. We won't get into that because this is not an internship. This is not internship. This is not like a job talk. But like, I mean, I'll talk. I'll just chat about it. Like, of course, it's who you know, but at the basis of everything you're doing, who you know will only support you if you do good work. I'm not gonna put my money in somebody who ain't doing work, truthfully. And in terms of my goals, I do want to move up the ladder. I do want to go far in corporate. I do see myself moving up and doing big things. So, and then it's almost like the there's that collegeness in us, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna do, get A's and go high, right?
Yeah.
So how it translates over in corporate is do awesome work, overwork yourself, and you're gonna go high. People are gonna notice it, and I do need to check myself on when and where and how to do that. So to talk more about like how, the 9 to 5 is not 9 to 5. Say I have an important project that involves money, and a lot of my projects involve money, company money. You can't play with these people's money. If you play with their money, my friend, you'll get kicked out. Come on. You go to Costa Rica, you have to go. But like, money is involved in these investments that we do for marketing. And over the past fiscal year, I've had a chance to work I shadow as a PMM, so partner marketing manager. I shadowed as doing that. And I've been given a group of partners that I get to work with and to basically manage and to help them curate different types of campaigns and do X, Y, and Z. They are taking company money and running these campaigns. As a PMM, your job is to provide for your partners. You have to provide for them. Now, these partners, because it's complex to work with our company, because our company is very complex. I work for Cisco, by the way. Cisco is a super complex technical company. And I'm speaking from sentiment of my own, like getting into it and seeing how big, because it's such a big company. Like, it's global and it's different units, different departments. And honestly, like you're part of like what, 80,000 employees? Like, that's a lot. And as a partner, the partners that we work with, it's hard to work with us in a sense. Like, there's difficulties, there's challenges, but we still make it work. And imagine you have a partner who has a deadline. Like, we have set deadlines for them to submit certain things when it comes to their campaigns. And say this deadline is on Friday, and they waited till Monday to start working on that. Guess whose job it is to make sure to get it in by Friday? Moi. And whoever else is a PMM. So it doesn't matter if you say it's 9 to 5. If you say, say they wait till Friday, which they have and they've done many times. They wait till the last day for you. And I remember, like, and those are moments when I was like, bro, what am I doing? Why do I have to do this? And it's like, look, money's involved, investment is involved. You need to get an RYO, return on investment. And literally, it's as small as them getting this thing submitted. But for some reason, they waited till the last minute to do it. But it's still my job to ensure that it gets done, because if it doesn't, it'll be a reflection on myself and a reflection on them. But we're not going to let that happen. So if it costs for me to stay past 5 p.m., so be it. 6 p.m., so be it. 8 p.m., so be it. Just to beat that deadline. Just to beat that deadline, you have to do it. And the truth is, because it's a global company, your 8 p.m. is somebody else's, 12 p.m. or middle of the day. So somebody will always be working. So if you need the help, you can always reach out to them. Technology makes things so easily. But I'm going to come out of this example and come back out. Once again, the tips that I hear from everybody is getting comfortable with saying no and not having a reason for it. Just say no. Set a boundary. Just say no. I'm not going to take this work. And with this whole, like, we have this, being fresh out of college, I'm sure we have this, like, drive to do so much and change so much in the world. It's okay to just be like, my friend, I have a lot going on right now. So if you want me to do this, you're going to have to take something off my plate so I can put something back on my plate. to be honest. And we have to be able to vocalize that to our managers, our research, whatever, whoever's a lead in your workforce. You have to be able to vocalize, look, I have too much going on right now. My bandwidth, as they like to say, is too packed. So if you want me to prioritize that, you need to take something off my bandwidth so we can get that done. That's one way. Another thing is also just setting up time for yourself, because we set up time for all these different things. And I was talking to one of my colleagues about this the other day. It's like we set up time to do work and to put so much energy into like things that need to get done. Are you setting the time to do things that make you happy? A lot of us don't do that. We just, if it gets planned, if it's not, I'm sitting bored. No, we have to take the same energy and grit that we put into our work. I think we should put that same energy into our own lives. And I think personally, I felt that lately. I'll say that for myself. I haven't done the best with that in terms of setting up time to link up with people, like my loved ones, my family, and setting aside time to do things that are outside of my work. It's, you work, you're exhausted, you go to sleep.
Yeah.
You work. The next day, you run this errand for that person, you run this errand, I always felt like I've been just jumping around and being jittered around. And it's like, and then the weekend comes where you could sit and be still. It's like, you got 2 gigs. And maybe one of the gigs you can improvise. And I'm a very good improviser. That's something about my personality. I don't have to, and if any of my work colleagues are seeing this, hey, I improvise a lot of things in my life, y'all. I show up and I just do it. And people are like, wow, that was awesome. And in my mind, I was freaking out because I know I wasn't prepared for this. But it's something about like my personality that I've learned over the years is that I can show up and kind of like show out in a sense, but there's always those circumstances that you need to prepare for. DJ, right now I'm talking about both at the same time, DJing and work. There's some meetings I can show up to, and I have a regular working understanding of what I need to present, and I know I can bang this one, and I've done so before. But there's some meetings when it's like, you need to know your numbers, you need to understand the data, and you need to convey it to this, because this person you're speaking to is a director. You can't bullshit them. Come on now. Yeah. It's a director. They're gonna ask those questions. They're gonna be like, and even if you give them that vague understanding, they're gonna be like, so Bello, have you thought about the numbers? Have you thought about it? And I'm like, you need to be prepared because you don't want to look crazy. Same thing with DJing. There's some events I can show up to, and because I've done it so many times and I know the crowd, I can just come and just, my friend, they'd be like, oh, you did so good. My friend, I showed up and I played with my heart. I went with my heart. I didn't prep shit. I went with my heart. But, and then there's events like a wedding. You have to understand the run of the show. You can't just show up and improvise a wedding. You can't show up and improvise somebody's birthday, something. You can't show up and improvise a new crowd. Like a new crowd, you have to study the crowd. You have to do research the crowd. You have to understand that, this crowd likes this. But if it's a regular place you can always go to, you can improvise. So it's understanding. And honestly, y'all, like, I'm talking right now, you're probably like, oh, Bello, you still haven't given us practical things. That's why I say it's God. Because in those moments when I go back into my heart and I'm like, oh, God, I need your help in this moment. Because, like, honestly, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to lean on you. I'm going to lean on you to be able to get through this week. I'm going to lean on you to get through this day. Because there's days that you wake up, you're sick. And I've been there. There's days that I feel like my head is on fire. And it's like, okay, I can call out, and it's call out. Really, it's sending a text and be like, hey, team, I don't feel so good today. I'm just going to. But the truth is, I have a project that it's not just a project that I can put on hold because people were all codependent. We're depending on each other here. And I can't, it's not as simple as me putting this project on hold. It's a project that involves high profile stakeholders. It involves a director. It involves a senior manager. It involves my freaking VP.
Yeah.
And that might just be, maybe I need to check myself and be like, still, you matter. Just, so you can still say no for yourself. But that's probably something I need to work on. It's like, I start thinking about, how important it is for other people. And it's like, I bypass what I need and I just be like, fuck it, I'm going to get it done. And it's like, it's something I need to work on. Like, fuck it, I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done while hurting. I'm going to get it done while, we just be strong through it, keep your strength. And in those moments, it's not me. And that's why I say, like, it's God that gets me through those moments because I don't think I've done it for myself. I don't think I've done it by myself and still going forward. I don't do it by myself. It's God. And I also shout out to my community, people who support me, my siblings. Because I have conversations about this with some of my siblings every now and then. We encourage each other, my friends, getting that encouragement, and also like my mentors in my life. advisors in my life, and there's a lot of people I'll spend too much time naming names, but there's a lot of people who've helped me stay in check and check up on me. That matters. That does matter, y'all. Like randomly checking in on somebody, it goes so far. It goes so far because in those I've had bad weeks when it's like I'm drenched, I'm sinking, and then somebody who you talk to in a long time is like, hey man, I just want to check in on you. I'm like, wow, what a breath of fresh air. Like it warms your heart. It's like I can breathe. I appreciate you checking in on me. Like I'm doing this, I'm doing that, X, Y, and Z. And then after just that small text or that small call with somebody, you do feel better. It does make you feel better. But recap of what I said: say no, set your own boundaries, and the same way you plan out like what if people who are in school, people who are planning out school, plan out your life out of school. I'm not a good planner. I'll say that honestly. I'm a good improviser. Once again, I improvise very well. I'm working on my strategy. I'm working on my planning with my life. But for people who do plan, use that planning energy for your regular life, and I'm sure they do. So hey, if you have skills, man, hit me up and give me your skills. Hit me up and give me your advice.
Yeah.
Okay.
How did you come up with your DJ name? Because, like, for example, even with this podcast, when we first had the idea of doing podcast, I was like, oh, what will my podcast name be? I never came up with one. Because it was so hard. I was like, what else apart from Simi? Like, that's just, I couldn't think of anything else. So, I know, like, there's some people, their DJ names are like, I don't know how they come up with them. So, like, maybe you can inspire us. I mean, I feel like it's kind of late for us to change our names on the podcast, but like,
please, I like our name. What are you talking about?
I was about to ask, like
people go by different names, like on the platform they create. Like, some people do like their first name and then like a new surname. I don't know. People go by different things. I don't know. Anyways, how did you come up with your DJ name?
That's a great question. I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad you asked. I'm about to talk about this. I feel like, first of all, some people like, well, when it comes to names, this is a moment of transparency. In my life, I felt like my names plural has always been a problem for people. Like always been a problem for people. And when it comes to pronouncing it, when it comes to being comfortable with it, when it comes to doing what I want versus what they want, it's like, and it just puts you in this place where it's like, bro, whatever. Like, which is why I go by Bello. It's the reason why I go by Bello, because people can't pronounce my first name right. And I feel like my whole life, I'm gonna give y'all the rundown, right? I feel like in every stage of my life, I had a different name that I went by. Like when I was pre-K elementary, I went by one of my middle names. After that, I went by my last name briefly. After that, I went by my other middle name. After that, I started going by my first name. And then after that, I started going by a nickname that was given to me. And after that was another nickname. And after that was my last name again. And then the last name stuck. The last name was the one that finally stuck with people. And I just found it to be the easiest one. So my full name is called Djoga Gaetan Milen Bello.
Wait, Bello is your last name? I had no idea.
Yeah. Oh,
oh my gosh. That is crazy.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Bello is my last name. Wow. But I had many moments like this. So people like, because I've been going by one particular name so long, when I tell them the full extent and order of my name, they're like, wait, what? Bello's your last name? And I'm like, yeah. It just happened to be the last name became my nickname. It became my moniker. It became, because it was the easiest one for people to remember, pronounce, and just put a label to who I am as a character and as a personality. And I'll actually give you a quick story behind that. So when I came to high school, right, my first practice, the coaches were like, what do we call you? And then they looked at the form. They were like, we're not even going to try that. We're going to call you Bello. Bello. And from that day, from football and all my football, man, shout out to the West Mecklenburg football team, man. All my boys, shout out to all the boys who are in the league, all the boys who still playing, man. Those are my brothers back then. But anyways, still my brothers too. That's the thing. We still stay in touch every now and then. But everybody knew me as Bello. And if you ask them today, it's Bello. Bello, Bello, Bello. Some of them might not even know my first name still to this day. They're like, oh, if they'll have the same moment. They're like, wait, Bello, your last name? And it's okay. But that Bello stuck in the team, and it also translated into the rest of the school. Like, everybody started knowing me as Bello, 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 oh, Bello, 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 Bello. And then from there, it went into everything else. My side jobs, my part-time jobs. I just stuck with it because honestly, it rhymes with so many things. Bello, hello, jello, marshmallow, ghetto, Migos, whatever you need. Bello, Bello just, it rhymes. It's easy. Like, you'll remember it because you know how they do like Jenny from Jenny the Jaguar. You know the little name games? That's how memory works. When you give your mind like something extra to remember by, it's like, oh, easy.
Mnemonics.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. You see, so Bello stuck, and coming into college, I was like, look, we're gonna keep this Bello thing going. Since it's stuck so long, we're gonna keep it going. It's easy. So usually, and then when I introduce myself, I tell people my name is called Djoga Bello, but you can call me Bello, because I'm already leading with the fact that, look, this is your easy way out. Because I've been through a time where honestly my name has been fucked up so many different times, y'all. That Djoga has been messed up. Like, somebody called me Kajanga before. Kajoker. Somebody called me Kajoker. That's when I lost it. That's when I was like, I'm finished.
Where did they get Kajoka from? That one?
I don't know what's going on. Kajoker, Kajanga.
It's not even spelled.
They don't
like
even
that.
try. That's it. They actually don't try. They don't try.
That's why I changed because my name was Obianuju, and so I switched it because I was like, I'm not even going to, like, I just want people to call my name and leave me alone. Like, I don't want to be there explaining, oh, it's Obianuju, it's Obianuju.
Obianuju. No. I love that. That's a beautiful name. That's nice.
See how you just pronounced it. Everybody is calm.
And that's a part.
Like, easy.
Part. And I completely resonate with you, Florence. Like, and that's kind of why Florence Obianuju. What you want me to keep calling you Florence? What do you
Call me Florence because
I like
it's
those.
so weird when other people that are not my family members call me. Call me Obianuju. I don't turn around unless it's my mom or dad. I don't know why.
I mean, it's because it's instinct.
Like, like. If my friends start calling me Obianuju, who are you talking to? But like my family members at home, they call me Uju.
I like that. Oh, that's smooth. That's really, and trust me, I'm pretty sure, Simi, you went through the same thing with your name. I'm pretty sure in your life, like similar thing. Like people mispronounce it. I'm sure all of us we can all resonate.
Yeah. But they don't have a choice. They must learn because I don't have English names, so I don't have anything easier. So you must learn it. I'm sorry.
I like that. And my big sister is big on that. Like, make them learn it. And honestly, like, it's trauma. There's trauma behind that whole name thing. That's why I kind of like to stay away from, like, I just be like, look, call me Bello. Because having your name being mispronounced so many times is like, bro, it's like, okay, it's almost like every name I have is a different identity. I'm not saying I have different identities, but it's like, for example, what Florence said, right? At home, people don't call me Bello. They call me my middle name. Since I was a jit, Milen is what people call me. My family calls me Milen. My sisters call me Milen. My brother calls me Milen. My parents call me Milen. And my nickname for that Milen is Meme. Meme. So if you call me Milen outside, I'm going to be like, first of all, I'm going to tell you, don't call me that. You're not allowed to. Because it's like, that's not who I am to you, in a sense. Like, I'm Milen to my immediate family. You cannot call me that. Because there's no reception there. It's not, you don't have that relationship. You can't call me Milen. Now, every other name, Gaita, nobody even uses that. Even my family don't really call that. My daddy will say it a few times when he's mad. He's like, hey, Gaita, Vinci. Like, back when I was a kid, Gaita, Vinci. And when I heard that, you knew you was in trouble. Like, that trouble, that means you finna get your shit beat. You finna get rocked. Like, he was gonna get disciplined for real. But nobody ever, like, even Frank, nobody knows the Gaita part. Now, Bello and Djoga, those are the ones that I've been played around with. And the nicknames I've had, I used to be called KB, K and Bello. They used to call me KB in middle school. KB it stuck for 2 years, KB. They even made a song about me, y'all. Like, the football team in middle school, they used to be like, don't forget KB, don't forget KB. Don't ask me why. Shout out to EE Waddell football team. All my people who I'm still in touch with, man. I love y'all boys, man. And that was honestly a crazy moment in life. This girl used to call me Cocoa Puffs. That was another nickname that came out of nowhere. And since she started, a bunch of other people used to call me Cocoa Puffs. But like what the I've had every nickname you could think of. KB, Cocoa Puffs, K Bello.
What's going on?
Y'all, I went through it, man. My name has been manipulated. But anyways, I go answer the question. Yes, Bello stuck, and even on live public for everybody, y'all can continue to call me Bello. Like I don't have a problem with it. But if you want to learn how to pronounce my first name, come to me. I can teach you. And that's something too. Is like I understand. I'll give people the benefit of the doubt. I have those tonal pronunciation names where if you don't speak the native tongue, it'll be hard for you to pronounce it the right way.
Yeah.
Because there's an English pronunciation of my first name. Djoga. Djoga is different from Djoga. That's two different things. My name is pronounced Djoga. You say Djoga. And I went by Djoga for years because I understood that, look, you just can't twist your tongue the right way to say that way. Because the language comes, and the Awe language that I speak is a tonal pronunciation language. You have to get it right. You have to get the cadence right. The cadence matters because if you say the cadence wrong, you will say something completely different. Like, for example, in my language, there's one word means three different things. Perfect example. And listen, vu. A vu means blood in my language. Vu. A vu is a car. A vu means open. That's three different things. But if in average ear would be like, oh, that's the same thing. But if you listen carefully, it was different. The accent was different, and the way I delivered it was different. And if you say it wrong in front of somebody, and say if it's an important, they're gonna be like, hey, what's going on? Like, let's say imagine you say something with blood, car open. It's like, what's going on? Are you bleeding? Are you okay? So stuff like that. I understand. That's why I just be like, look, for just to help you out, call me my last name, and it's Bello. It rhymes with hello. And the funny thing, mess up. One die. Bello. Guys, you know, Bello means beautiful in three different languages: Portuguese, Spanish, and Italian. So your boy is beautiful, man. And when I meet people who are from there, they're like, oh, they be trying to tell me, oh, Bello means, I'll be like, yeah, I know, thank you, yeah. That's up. But, and I also know that my last name is actually a Nigerian name. I know Bello is a Yoruba. I think it's a Yoruba name, but there's a whole story behind that. I'm still 100%. People may be like, oh, so you're Nigerian? I'm like, nah, I'm 100% Togolese through and through. I'll just give props to my friend Sheba. Sheba kind of gave me my DJ name in a sense. She knows how to pronounce my name right. And we used to do this thing whenever we see each other, she'd be like, Ko Djoga, Ko Djoga. And she was just like, and then one day she just turned into Djoga, Djoga. And I was like, and then she was like, and I think this is around the time where like, I think I had told her about me becoming a DJ. And then she was like, that should be your DJ. And I was like, wait, I like that. And also it's almost like a protest in me using this name. It's like me trying to reclaim my name, my real name. And this is a moment of frustration. People will be saying my name wrong. Don't go and say my DJ name wrong. Because a lot of people say my DJ name wrong. It's like Goja, Oga, my friend is Djoga. Just think Joga. But there's a reason why. And some people might be like, why did you leave the DJ in there? Reclaiming my name. I want you to understand that it's spelled Kodjoga. And you might be uncomfortable with the D and J, but I've tried to teach people pronounce it like this. They still mess it up. So me keeping the DJOGA and still asking you to pronounce it Joga. And even though it's like, it might confuse people because it's like DJ Joga. It's like, I don't care. You're going to have to deal with it because I'm reclaiming who I am in that sense in terms of like, my DJ name is DJ Djoga. And that's the mixture of how it came about. It's me like understanding that, wow, this is half of my name. First, like, that's essentially what it is. This is half of my name. My first name, my real name, my first name is called Djoga. So DJ Djoga came from half of that. But the person who made it a thing was Sheba. So I have to give my props to Sheba. She made it a thing. And she was like, if you ever do it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going with it. Because it's easy to me to just be like DJ Bello. It works too.
Yeah.
Right? Bello is already known in its own sense. So it's like, okay, I want to do something new. So yeah.
Interesting.
Long story to
Great
just give you a
story.
simple answer. I'm weak.
Yeah. Well, Bello, thank you so much for coming on our podcast. You have, first of all, you've shown me a lot because I always say, like, I can ask for something like, oh, I want to be a DJ, I want to be a DJ. Honestly, I don't know if I'll actually do it. It seems like a lot. Like I said, like, it's a big responsibility. But I've always said I want to learn how to DJ before I'm 25.
Do it.
So let's see.
How old are you now?
Don't
Do it.
even try that.
How old are you now?
Don't do that. I'm 23, so I have 2 years. I have 2 years.
You know. Do it.
You don't have 2 years. You have a year.
A year and a half. Okay, relax. Okay.
I'm watching you. This 25, I'm watching.
So I just think it's such. I don't know. I feel like it's such a cool job. Like that's always my answer for that question. They always like, oh, if money didn't matter, what will you be doing? I always say, oh, I'll be a DJ. It just seems nice. It seems cool. Anyways, long story short, I'm saying that you've taught me a lot today and opened my eyes. About what it means to be a DJ and also balancing being a DJ and also having, like you say, quote unquote 9 to 5 because that is crazy. Like this podcast at 9 to 5 is killing me. I can't imagine DJ at 9 to 5. Like that is insane.
Yeah.
That is literally crazy. Yeah. But do you have any last minute words for our listeners?
Yeah. First and foremost, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for bringing me on to the podcast. It means a lot. And I'm happy to be on it. Like I support Do You Get. I watched like some of the episodes. There's the new ones that are coming out. I haven't like watched them yet, but I'm gonna get to it.
You better Bello. I will know.
For sure. I know you can track. I know. You know, that data stuff. That's one thing marketing taught me is you can track everything we do is tracked.
Yeah.
They see everything you're doing on your phone. Everything you're doing, they see it all. But I got you. I definitely got you. I support the podcast and thank y'all for doing it. Some people might see podcasts and think like, oh, it's just talking, but people learn. Conversation is how we learn, and I honestly learned a lot today too. Thank y'all for sharing your own stories and sharing like your sentiments with things, and just giving me the platform to speak to people and speak with y'all. My last words would be, I'm
scared. Because when I was talking to Chigo before this episode, he was like, oh, something McDonald's. I should ask you something about McDonald's.
Isn't that what Chigo said on the last episode he came to? By the way, Chigo has been on this podcast. For those of you that are like, who's Chigo? He was on season 1 of this podcast. So,
yo.
And then he said something else. I said, I'm not repeating that. I'm so sorry. He said something. I was just looking at him like,
hey, we have Madonna's in Miami. If you know, you know, y'all. If you know, everybody who went to that Miami trip, shout out to you. If you know, you know. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's not. It's like what the heck is wrong with y'all? But I can't even explain it. You just have to have been there to know what. Last words. I'll keep it sweet, and hopefully impact somebody. Is cling on to what is good. What is right, what is noble. Just cling on to what's good in life and learn to get away from the things that aren't working for you. And learn to pull yourself away from situations that your spirit, that in your spirit they're telling you that you need to get away from it. Why? Don't suffer in silence. Don't remain in toxicity. That can be work, that could be relationships, that could be habits. Don't just your gut will tell you. And a lot of us, sometimes I ignore my gut, and that's when bad things happen, when you ignore your gut. And then in that moment, you're like, oh, shoot, I should have done it. You tell yourself, I should have. You should have. You damn right you should have. It's because you don't listen to your gut. And that gut is your intuition. That's God speaking to you and telling you, don't do this, and you don't listen, and things go wrong. So listen to your gut, even if it means rupturing how people feel. Listen to your gut, even if it means looking some type of way. Listen to your gut and do it because you'll feel much better afterwards. But cling to what is good. Live more, laugh more, love more. It's free to give. It's free to love people. It's free to be kind to people. So say something nice to people and be a positive force in life, man. Just be positive, contribute positivity, and just be good, man. Life is too hard for troublemakers and people who just like make things difficult. Just be nice. Just be smooth. That's all I can say, man. Stay blessed out here, and for everybody who watches this, whenever it goes out, man, I pray for blessings in 2024. Yeah, stay blessed 2024. I pray that you just receive abundance in the year, and I pray that you also receive revelations about your own life and your purpose and things that you need to do. So that's it.
See, if you don't listen, that's your business.
Oh.
You didn't get the blessing is not for you.
You didn't tap into the blessing. Yeah, that's true.
You didn't tap into
That's true.
That's right, too. It's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you, guys. Make sure to like and review the episode and follow us on Instagram at @DJPod and send us a dilemma with the link in our Instagram bio and also the link in the description of this podcast episode. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
So does it like automatically stop recording or like what happened? Is it still recording?
It's stopping right now.
Okay, cool. Wow.
Oh, is it still recording?
It still
for
says
you?
recording on mine. Yeah.
It says stopping. Dot. It's loading. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.